I used the exact strategy that I'm about to share with you to go from $120,000 of personal debt in 2013 to being debt-free 10 years later.
How did you do that?
It all starts with a mindset shift. The easiest way to do this is to read 6 books that I recommended in my first video. The most important book to read is The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. Start here, don't skip this step. Next, you need to avoid lifestyle inflation at all costs.
Pun intended.
Figure out what you need to be content, get your spending in line with that, and keep it there. Even if you get a raise, you switch your job, or you free up extra money in your budget. The Joneses suck with money, ignore them. Eating generally well and setting aside 10 to 15 minutes a day for physical activity is simpler to do than you might think it is. And don't neglect your mental health. I would check in with a mental health professional at least once a year.
This mind is like a fortress.
Finally, we need to inject a little bit of stoicism in our life. Focusing on the past leads to depression, while focusing on the future leads to anxiety. The best thing you can do is to stay grounded in the present. Focus only on what you can control. Everything else is irrelevant. The next step is all about creating a spending plan. We're not going to say the B word. Spending plans are not about self-deprivation. They are about taking control of your money instead of having it control you. I started with a zero-sum budgeting strategy called the anti-budget.
He said the B word.
This is where you set aside some amount of money at the beginning of the month to be used towards savings or debt repayment, and you just live off the remaining money that's in your account after you do that. Another popular budgeting option you might want to look into is the 50-30-20 budget. You set aside 50% of your money at the beginning of a month to go towards needs, 30% of the money to go towards wants, and 20% of the money to go towards savings and debt repayment. Next, you're going to want to use some kind of software to make life easier for you. I use YNAB, You Need a Budget. It is a paid subscription though. Every Dollar by Dave Ramsey is free and is similar to YNAB. Find something that works for you and stick with it.
You got this.
Every month you want to always be optimizing your spending. Can you cut back on unused subscriptions? Can you change to a cheaper cell phone provider like Google Fi? Always be on the lookout for these kind of things. They add up really quickly over time. Next, you want to automate everything. It's 2024. There's no reason to be paying manual bills anymore. Unfortunately, I have one bill that I have to manually pay every 3 months. It's my stupid sewer bill. I hate it.
I hate it. I hate it.
Automate everything. It'll keep you from having to pay late fees. The next thing I'm about to say is the most important thing in the video. The magic number is 20%. Get there.
We'll get there, Pop. We'll get there.
Always live on less than you make. Your goal is very clear here. You want a 20% surplus at the end of every month. After all your spending, all your minimum debt payments, everything is accounted for. Do whatever you possibly can to reach this number. It's the sweet spot between discomfort and sustainability.
That's your sweet spot right there.
Cut back on spending as much as you can tolerate. Get a side gig temporarily to help boost your income. If you still aren't making it, consider something more drastic like getting roommates or moving to a cheaper place. Now we're going to see how to use that surplus to fix everything. Have you heard of Murphy from Murphy's Law? We're gonna fight him, but you need to suit up first. Save up a 1 to 2 months worth of spending emergency fund. Dave Ramsey recommends $1,000. I don't think that's enough in today's world. Go with 1 to 2 months. You're going to park this money in a high yield savings account or a money market account. We do this because the interest rates are high enough to help offset inflation a little bit. Ideally, you would never have to touch this money for the rest of your life, but if you do, no worries. Just replenish it and move on.
Come on, move on, move on, move on.
After you have your starter emergency fund set up, if you have any really high interest rate debt like payday loans or cash advances, get rid of them immediately. Now that you have your starter emergency fund, hopefully you'll never have to take these things out ever again. Next, you want to take the free money. If you have an employer match benefit at your job, you want to invest just enough to take full advantage of that benefit and nothing more. This is free money for you. If you don't take this benefit, you're actively saying to your employer, sure, go ahead and pay me less.
Well, maybe I don't need your money.
I always recommend that you do your own research when it comes to investing, but if you want the easiest strategy out there, park this money into a total market index fund. I use VTSAX from Vanguard. Fidelity has FSKAX. Use whatever your employer has available. Put the money into a total market index fund and forget about it.
Forget about it.
Now we're going to take our surplus every month and we're going to start an avalanche with it. We're going to pay off all our debt with interest rates greater than 10%. There are 2 methods that people use to do this. They're called the debt snowball and debt avalanche method. For the debt avalanche method, you're going to order the debt in order from greatest to least interest rate. You're going to throw that monthly surplus at the debt with the highest interest rate every month until it's paid off. Then once that debt is paid off, you're going to roll the minimum payment into that money ball, and you're going to throw that bigger money ball at the next highest interest rate debt. debt. You're going to continue that pattern until all your debts greater than 10% are paid off. The debt snowball method was popularized by Dave Ramsey. It works very similarly. Instead of focusing on the interest rate, you're going to focus on the balance of your loans. You're going to order your loans in order from least to greatest balance. You're going to throw your surplus at the loan with the lowest balance every month until it's paid off. Again, roll the minimum payment up into your ball and continue down the pattern until all the debts are paid off that way. Mathematically, the avalanche method is the optimal choice. It will save you the most money in the long run, but don't discount the psychological power of the snowball method. I ended up doing a mix of the two. I started with the snowball. I paid off a few small loans really quickly. Then I switched to focusing on the interest rate. Now that our high interest rate debt is paid off, we're going to upgrade our gear a little bit in our battle against Murphy. You're going to boost your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months worth of spending. This is going to help protect you against even more unexpected events.
Nice helmet.
Keeps my face pretty.
Let's keep the momentum going. We're going to snowboard down the avalanche by paying off any moderate interest rate debt greater than 4 to 5%.
We don't snowboard, Johnny.
I would focus only on consumer debt here, so things like federal student loans and mortgages I would set off to the side right now. Private student loans I would consider as consumer debt. Add those to your list. A side note about cars, they are especially bad purchases. Not only do they lose value over time themselves, but if you borrowed money to buy them, you are paying interest on top of all that. This might sound a little controversial, but if you have any consumer debt right now, you should be driving a 5 to 10-year-old used Honda or Toyota. Period.
A good car, dude. The engine's good. Engine's good.
That said, if you do have to take out a car loan, no worries. There's a nice general rule that you can follow. It's called the 20-4-10 rule. You want to save up a 20% down payment on the vehicle. You want to finance the remaining balance for no more than 4 years, and the total transportation costs every month should add up to no more than 10% of your monthly budget. The nicer toys come later. For now, you want to be driving something economical. I plan on running my 2018 Honda Civic into the ground over the next 10 years. After you pass step 7, everything is going to be different in your life.
And yes, it'll be awesome.
You have a solid financial foundation, a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, all your bad debt is paid off, you have breathing room now. Step 8 is going to make you virtually invincible against Murphy.
Yes! I am invincible!
You're going to add in a full body riot shield to go along with the rest of your gear by upping your emergency fund to 6 to 12 months worth of spending. Step 9 is all about buying back your life and even more positive change. I would consider the merits of paying back any of your low interest rate debt at this point. Mathematically, it might not be the best option, but there are certainly psychological benefits there that are worth thinking about. I got a question for you. Would you like to be able to quit your job at a moment's notice and make a career change without any anxiety whatsoever? If so, you need FU money.
I hope your firings go really well.
This term was lovingly coined by J.L. Collins. What you're going to do is use that monthly surplus to save up a 1 to 2 years worth of expenses freedom fund for yourself. I would put this money in another high yield savings account, a taxable investment account, or wherever you want it to go. Just keep it separate from your emergency fund. In general, always keep that 20% surplus going. You can use this money to invest more. You can set some of it aside in a 529 plan for your kids. You have options. Don't inflate your lifestyle and take those options away from yourself. And if you want to take all this a step further, there's an entire financial independence community waiting for you. This is where you save and invest more than 20% of your income each month, eventually giving you the ability to retire early. My first introduction was Mr. Money Mustache. I recommend you start with him too. That's all I have for you today. If you got value out of this, hit the like button. It really helps me out. Consider subscribing, share it all with your friends, leave a comment. I can't wait to hear from you. Best of luck on your journey. Take care.